Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I've come up to this spot from the last video. I've come prepared this time, so I've got a bit of water with me, tub to pan in, so should be able to make a good go of it, and I'm staying over the night. So I've got all day today. It's about 11 a.m. now. I got here a little bit later than I wanted, but yeah, so it's about 11 a.m. now. I'm going to be here till about 3 p.m. tomorrow, so should have a really good crack at it. Like I said, I brought some water with me. I've got about 60 litres of water. So I'm just going to pan out of the tub until that becomes too soupy or whatever to continue with, replace it. And if I don't have enough with the 60 litres, then I can always just go up to that dam. So yeah, let's get all the stuff down to the creek and see if we can find an absolute ripper. Alright, so I've got all my stuff now. Got a bit of a tub there. 20 litres of water just here. Don't know if that'll be enough. That's a 35 litre tub. So we'll see how that 20 litres goes. If I have to go back and get another one, I'll go back and get that. Otherwise, I'm all ready to go. So this is a spot from the other day. That's that sort of long gutter there, and that's that hole I got the nice little chunk from. So I'm going to concentrate around this area since it's this nice looking spot. So yeah, there's a bunch of those kind of rocks running across the stream there, and then it seems to be a big sort of dip along here up until you get to that big rock. That section there is about 2 meters long, but I guess the plan is to basically just clean that out. So I'm going to start digging directly behind that rock down there and then move my way up, panning everything as I go. Don't want to miss a thing, so I reckon I should get a fair bit done. Let's get stuck into it. Rightio, so I've just cleared it away a little bit here. I saw a couple of little frogs in there. I found, yeah, two frogs within like about 10 centimeters of each other just down here. Lifted a couple of rocks and they were just under there, so now I'm really worried about digging. I don't want to kill any of them. I mean, it's not going to stop me. I'll just have to keep my eye out a little bit. They weren't hard to spot. But yeah, you always hear the frogs are struggling in this world, in this modern world, with all the pollution and stuff. So I don't want to screw it up for them. But anyway, back to the gold. So yeah, I'm going to dig behind this ridge here. Looks like it's going to dip off there for quite a while. But there's a couple of big old rocks in there like that one. And you know what they say, big rocks, big gold. So hoping that one holds true for me today. Yeah, let's get stuck into it. I'll see you when I filled up the buckets. So it's a decent looking little spot so far. You can see what you can see up there, that was above the dirt. The dirt was about to there. They continue as they go down to the bottom there. So there's some nice looking ridges. Surely some of the gold's going to have got caught on that. But anyway, now I've got to this big old rock here. This one here. So I'm just going to lever this one open. Let's see, I can getting it out. But yeah, leave it with me. I'm going to lever that rock out of the way, and hopefully we've got some nice colour under that one. So far I've done that much of the bucket. Anyway, I'll see you after I've moved that rock and filled the bucket. Rightio, so 3/4 of that bucket filled up now with classified material. You can see the hole's really progressed. Got quite deep down there. I'm down over a foot there, and I've sort of hit these two big rocks here, which I'm having trouble levering out with the pry bar so far, so I'm just going to sort of dig around them. So I guess I don't know how the material on top of that bucket's going to be, because that was sort of stuff from like above and around the rocks. I imagine the best stuff's going to be underneath it. But yeah, so much for filling up 60 litres and then having a pan. I'm very anxious to sort of have a bit of a pan, so I'm going to start on that 3/4 of a bucket there and just see if there's any colour in there at all. Especially at the bottom of that bucket, there could be a lot from up the top there. Alright, you'll see me in a few minutes if I get anything good. Alright, so I made it through bucket number 1. I've just poured out the water into that one, so I'll let it settle there for a bit. But yeah, I gotta say, very disappointing. I literally had to get the sucker, what's it called? The snuffer bottle, whatever it is, little sucker, out only once. The entire thing. There was one bit of gold in that entire bucket. And in total, that was probably twice the amount of material that I moved for that whole first trip. So that hole there, despite it looking halfway decent, is an absolute dud. So, I didn't fully clean it out right down in the little crevices and stuff, but from what I got there, that just seemed pathetic. So the question is what to do next. Do I move up here? I think I'm going to move up here because, yeah, that was a whole lot of work and effort for zero. Decent little hole there. Bit disappointing. I don't know, maybe we'll come back to it later. Alright, so it's now about 1:15. I've been going for a good couple of hours. I've done countless pans, maybe about 10 to 15 pans all up. I guess not including that first half bucket I did, or 3/4 bucket. But I abandoned that first hole, as I said, and I've just been hitting a bunch of crevices. Like here. That one there. And this one just here. I've got to say, it's not really panning out like I thought it was going to. I've moved probably about 3 or 4 times the amount of material. 3 or 4, 5 or 6 times maybe even the amount of material that I moved on that first trip. And I've found probably a quarter of the gold, I reckon. I haven't found anything really decent that's worth showing you. And nothing more than probably like 5 colours per pan, small colours. So yeah, a bit disappointing, but I mean, if I push on, I'm bound to find another rich crevice eventually, so leave it with me. I'm going to keep at it now. I'm going to go have a nectarine, have something to eat, and then get stuck back into it, because I'm pretty keen to keep exploring. Got tons of time left today, tomorrow, so again, surely I'll hit something good. Surely. Rightio, so I'm back at the car now for a bit more water. The last stuff just got really, really soupy. It was getting a bit hard to work with, so yeah, back for more. It's really not going well, I gotta say. I don't know what's happened. I don't know how I managed to pick the best 2 spots possible for the first 2 holes I dug up here. Because I really just haven't had anything worth showing so far. Barely getting any colour, getting lots of pans that don't have any colour in it at all. So yeah, I don't know. It's not really panning out too much, which is a bit of a pain. I thought I was onto something here. But, it's about 3 o'clock now, so I'll keep at it. Obviously, I've got a few more hours of daylight. All I can hope for is that it turns around, really. Seem to have created a bit of a butterfly habitat up here. A bit of a sanctuary for them. Because, yeah, I'm seeing the occasional one sort of down the creek and stuff. But they're obviously coming for the water, I'd guess. Because there's probably like a good 30 of them here. It's kind of cool. Look at them all. Flying around like nobody's business. Oh, enjoy it while it lasts, fellas. It's not going to last for long. That's the remnants of the last water. Just filled in one of those deep crevices that I excavated. Yeah, time for some fresh stuff. I've been going into that and into that, back and forth. Well, hello. It is now late afternoon, almost 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. So I've been here about 6 hours now, and I haven't really filmed a lot, I gotta say. I've just been hard hitting the creek, trying desperately to find a good little spot. Haven't really been that successful. So I've got about, I don't know, maybe an hour of daylight left before it gets sort of over that ridge there. And yeah, just haven't had anything that's been showing real good. So I've done probably about 30, probably closer to 50, 60, 70. Yeah, 50, 60, 70 pans all up all day. And I haven't shown you any because none of them have been worth showing. But finally got one that's half decent, so I figure I'll give you a look. There we go. A few bits of colour there. That was from, yeah, 1 pan's worth. So, I mean, it's here somewhere. That one's pretty good. That one's technically a little picker. Not bad. So, I guess I just got to keep at it. And there's always the potential, I guess, because we're getting ones like that, there's always the potential of getting something that's just like a real rip snorter. So I'll keep at it for the next hour. Then it'll be time to go and set up camp, and I'll get stuck into it hardcore tomorrow morning. Alright, if there's anything else worth showing you in the creek today, I'll do that before I go. And I guess before I go home as well, I'll dump everything I got for the day in the pan, but don't be expecting too much. Alright, so I'm going to be losing light soon. So, probably going to head up. I have to go set up my camp and stuff, so I'm probably going to head up there to do that. And I won't have much light left to prospect with, so I figured I'll just show you the gold for what I got for today. Now, I've said it once, I've said it a million times, don't expect to be impressed. I can't believe how badly today's gone in comparison to last week. I mean, there's still going to be an okay amount of gold there, but not for all day working. Anyway, we'll see. Maybe I'll be surprised. All gooped up in there. I'm gonna have to get a bit more water. Because of the real soupy water earlier, you can see that big lump of sediment. Got gold in it too. I think, no, still not. There we go. No, still a tiny bit in there. Oh, there's a few more bits left in there, but break up that little bit. And there we have it for the day. So, not amazing, not horrible. A couple of okay pieces in there, like sort of that bit's not too bad. But, I mean, that's probably a little bit less than I got last week. Last weekend, and that was from 30 litres of unclassified material. That there is from about 60, 70, 80 pans. I don't know how many I've done. Hey, caramba. Oh, it's not bad. I'm happy with a bit of gold there. It's nice gold too. It's not fly poo or anything like that, so one can't be too unhappy. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave most of my stuff in the creek. No point lugging it all back to the car when, you know, I'm just going to be back here tomorrow. So yeah, I'll just take my bag and the empty water bottle and probably leave everything else here. Well, I'll see you maybe later or whatever. Alright, so made it to camp. Well, the area I'm camping at. Set up camp. So yeah, nothing too fancy this time. I want to make it so I can clean up fairly quickly in the morning and get down there, because I want to leave by about 2 p.m. tomorrow. So yeah, time for me to settle in. Got probably about half an hour of decent sunlight left before it gets a bit murky, and I'm going to use that time to cook up some dinner. Anyway, I will see you in the morning, and cross our fingers for better luck.